All aboard!
The Graeme and Joe Show.
Episode 8.
Episode 8.
Chapter 8. The Final Reckoning. So, Graeme, you were supposed to have
What was I supposed to have?
a hit movie TV pitch ready for Netflix this week.
Oh, listen, I've just had a tough week.
You can't
But
say
I did actually think of a cool show.
Do you think
that we could do?
Yeah, that's good.
It's not about ghosts or anything like that.
Well, I was expecting a ghost show.
And this again is just a pitch, Joe. It's just it's a seed that needs growing and needs to be
pitch. It's a seed that needs watering and nurturing.
Yes, it does. It needs a lot of work.
Has it been planted yet, or is it just loose in your hand?
I think it hasn't even fallen.
Oh, it hasn't even.
No, it's not.
Come out of the pod.
Yeah,
or
the seed hasn't been formed.
What kind of seed is this? Is it in a piece of fruit?
It's a metaphorical seed.
Oh, I've never had one of those before.
Yeah, they're good. But I was thinking, like, a TV show, right?
Yeah.
About babysitters.
Okay.
And every week they have a different child to babysit.
They have adventures?
Adventures, exactly. Crazy stuff ensues with every time they go to babysit somebody.
Isn't there a show called Adventures in Babysitting? Wasn't there?
That was a movie.
Oh, there were like books or something, isn't it? Oh, so you're doing a show.
Yeah, and we're not going to call it Adventures in Babysitting.
We're going to call Babysitting
Adventures.
I like it already. Yeah. Okay.
I think it could be cool, like, because there could be the one where anything could happen. Like, literally, it could be different people babysitting or different people that they babysit. Or it could be, like, different episodes every week.
Yeah.
Different personalities, different people babysitting, different people being babysitted.
What, they just watch the telly? And
like the kids could disappear, the kids could run away and they have to go find them.
Okay.
Or the babysitters could get high one night and just like forget that they were even babysitting and just go off and get destroyed at a friend's party or something.
Okay, just leave the kid at home.
Exactly, yeah. Or
so like what they call them, an anthology series where it's like different every episode. It's like a different story.
Exactly.
So is it the same baby getting babysat by different people?
No, that's what I'm saying. This is
different people.
What I'm thinking is they're different babysitters and different people being babysitted. So
there's no connection.
Connections.
It's just every week it's a different babysitting adventure.
Yes.
So you can have someone very unsuitable.
Yeah.
Not too unsuitable to babysit a child.
Yeah. And varying ages as well.
Yeah.
You know?
I was going to say, it's not like us babysitting some stranger's child. Do you think, like, it's weird?
It could work though, Joe.
It could really work. So you're going to go in and pitch this to Netflix?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
What? So what are you thinking? Are you thinking 30-minute episodes, 40 minutes?
Oh God, no. There'd be short comedic kind of series, you know, like a Friends kind of episode.
Are people going to learn a lesson at the end?
Oh, absolutely. There will always be somebody at the end saying, you know, giving you tips on how to do babysitting properly.
Like they used to do, was it those cartoons, like all the 80s cartoons we used to watch? They'd have, at the end they'd have like Optimus Prime coming on and go, you know, kids, taking drugs ain't no good.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll do
Don't take drugs while you're babysitting.
So will you come in a little suit like the kind of Twilight Zone guy at the end of like, no.
See, I didn't know. I wasn't even going to be in it.
What were you going to be doing?
Oh, just right. I was going to be. I'm the pitch. I'm the pitcher,
showrunner.
I'm the guy who plants the seed. It's everybody else has to do the work.
Plants the seed. Then what do you do? Do you water?
The metaphorical seed.
Back off. You just put it down, put a little soil over it, and you're off.
Yeah.
Good luck with that one, guys.
That's it.
Where are you on to next?
Amazon, I guess. I don't know.
Amazon,
Apple TV, or the ideas are just flowing
Adventures
from me.
babysitting adventures.
Yes, it can't be called Adventures Babysitting.
No, we can't for legal reasons. Copyright, that's taken, and it's a completely different show.
Yeah.
So, how adventurous are they going to get? Is it going to be like, 80s teen going to a party, or will they end up? Could they get kidnapped by terrorists?
Yeah, exactly. Like it can go as far
as aliens
as you want. Oh, you could have an episode like that.
What if you combine Babysitting Adventures with Revenge Ghost? Could you have a ghost revenging one episode or a crossover kind of?
Yeah, well, you'd have to introduce, like, you know, the ghost somehow.
Yeah.
Because you can't have a ghost coming in revenging.
Without having
introduced it before.
The reason for revenge. Maybe you have to watch Revenge Ghost. It'll be like Marvel.
There could be you could have a different genre in each one. So a sci-fi babysitting episode.
Okay, yeah.
A horror.
What happened in that one?
A crime mystery.
Yeah, private eye kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So what would a sci-fi baby adventure be?
It could literally be
in the future, or just something weird like
but that could be
Black
it could be like an alien babysitting two baby aliens, or you know, or it could be, you know, that the babies
turns out
the babysitters get like
taken up to
be
saucer.
Anal probed.
Okay. As long as it's
that's what the aliens do, isn't it?
Apparently so.
When they come down, they take up aliens.
I don't know why,
or they take up humans to do tests
just
on
to
them.
poke them. Yeah, but only certain humans, it seems. But yeah,
like crazy
guys in America
in the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere, who just go, no, this definitely happened. The anal probes. What's up with the anal probing?
They
just
took me up on their spaceship and they did tests on me.
They put their hands on me. They put things inside of me. I never felt before. Not all bad things, but not great. And I was like, guys, just talk to me. And they said, no. I was like, you speak English? And they were like, yeah, we do.
You sound the same as us.
Like, it's just a machine we have. Makes us understandable to you.
Oh, the technology you have is second to none.
It's second to none, but even with all that technology of flying dimensional space and 100 light years, we still gotta, for some reason, stick stuff up your butt.
We gotta check and see what's up there.
We can't use no scanner or something like that. We gotta get in there with this old metal probe.
That's right.
Meanwhile, the other guy's snickering at the back of, you really need to do this? Okay, if it's for medical science, even if on another planet, I will help. And then no one will believe me. Okay, episode 1 done.
Yeah.
So babysitters. See, how old are the babysitters though? We can't be anal probing teenage girls. That's not cool anymore, Graeme. I don't know if you've heard about Me Too, but it's
I know.
It's a political force.
But sometimes
we need to be terrified of at all.
You know, sometimes babysitters can be uncles. You know,
so that tends to be a different kind of genre.
Joe, you don't have to go down that.
Look,
you don't have to go down that street.
Positing I'm doing the feedback thing. I'm doing the positive, like putting holes in it. You know, the writers' room thing of saying.
Let's just change up the stories, man.
Okay, now positive. You're right. Fun uncles. We need more positive representation of uncles. Fun aunties.
Or
aunties with a few drinks.
Fun teenagers.
Because it is babysitting.
It's a teenage job.
It is, and we need to open that up. We need to be more inclusive and diverse in our babysitting hires. Why does it always have to be some teenage girl who lives on your road? Why can't it be some guy you met on the internet? Why can't it be a nice old man who just has nothing to do? You pay him 50 quid and he just watches telly in your house. Mind your children.
It seems like the easiest job in the world. Why don't we all do it?
I don't know.
Like, I could be a full-time babysitter. That sounds handy, doesn't it?
People need it, exactly.
The kids are normally in bed by the time you get there.
If they wake up, you just go, it's okay, here's some sweets. Shh. Yeah, I'm a friend to your parents. It's fine. They're going to be back soon. I have a contact number. They're just at dinner.
And if all else fails, chloroform.
A little whiskey on the doty. Yeah. But I'm 8. Doesn't matter.
You call them doties.
I did. I call them soother.
Oh, you call them soothers?
Yeah.
Call them doo-doos.
Doo-doos.
Yeah.
I just say doty because everyone else does. I don't think I've ever said doty before in my life. Doo-doo? What if they think poo is doo-doo?
That's true. Poo is doo-doo.
Is it doo-doo as well? Yeah, it's doo-doo.
Well, I think some people say you did it.
You did doo-doo in your boo-boo? It's foo-foo. So, yeah, I used to have a suitor. I couldn't get rid of mine as a kid. I loved mine. Apparently, I was too old. I wouldn't... didn't want to get rid of it. I used to always have one. And apparently, for some reason, as a tiny child, I used to like to pretend to be in a band. I'd stand on the couch and like play. There were certain songs I loved.
Oh yeah.
One of which was "Dancing in the Dark" by Bruce Springsteen.
Okay.
And another one was, I think it was "Rebel Yell," or either that or "White Wedding" by
by
Billy Idol. They were like
more,
obviously on
more,
MTV,
more.
and it had a little pretend guitar, and you'd get up and like pretend to be rocking out
With
and
your
I used
doo-doo
to-
in your mouth.
Yeah, but I'd always apparently at the end I'd be like, yeah, I don't need this doo-doo no more, I'm cool. And I'd like throw it out, and my mom would go, she's like, you sure? I'd like, throw it in the bin, I'm good. And she'd throw it out, and then like an hour later I'd be like, can I get my doo-doo back? And she'd be like, no, it's in the bin. And I would just be so upset. She'd like, I remember more than once my mother getting the Soother out of the bin and then like having to boil it to cleanse for me to take again. I'd be like,
Yeah.
and then next time I'd be like, throw it away. I don't. And she's like, okay. Actually, this time I was like, yeah, definitely, 100%. Don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
And then 2 hours later,
I need it, man.
I need it, but literally
with my doo-doo,
strung out
Mom.
on it. Just all the like, literally like Maggie out of The Simpsons.
Yeah.
That's what I was like.
My boys are like that, man. Lee and Tom both
Yeah.
love their duties, but like we there's a way of getting rid of them now that you go and you give them to the fairies. They have
Oh.
these fairy trees now.
Yeah, I saw one of them at the park up there.
Yeah.
I was wondering what it was.
They hang up bottles and then
That's
duties
so
and
funny,
all that sort of
yeah.
stuff. So we were just like, we give it to the doo-doo fairies.
Yeah.
And they'll take it and they'll use it for their kids.
And did
they just like.
They're happy with that.
I thought it was going to be hard.
Yeah.
It was the easiest thing we ever did.
And they've never gone,
Let's get-
can we get that back from the fairies?
No,
No.
they didn't, which is surprising. Now they had their soothers till they were about 3,
Yeah.
3.5 maybe.
That's right.
But
don't like
yeah, they
these.
can't have doo-doos when they're starting school. Like,
It's supposed to be bad for your teeth as well, is it?
oh yeah, terrible. It moves your teeth forward or something.
You get that little,
You get the overbite.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Dorcas teeth. No one will
Yeah.
be your friend with those
People
teeth.
sucking on their thumbs, destroying
That's
their...
my sister did that a lot. I never did that, but she couldn't stop that. She was a teenager. She was looking at her thumb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just
Mad,
like
isn't it?
watching the telly and stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
complete,
yeah.
like unconscious behaviour kind of thing. You just do it, but yeah, it wasn't that bad. Yeah, thumb suckers.
Thumb suckers.
It's so weird, isn't it?
Nail biters. Oh, I hate.
Oh
them.
really?
Oh, man.
I used to be bad. I used to bite my nails.
Oh,
And then I
no.
stopped, and then I used to bite the skin as well around. Do you know that? Yeah.
That's it, man. Sometimes Grace would get home from work and she's
like
literally
shredded.
just torn her fingers to bits. And it's just like stressing out in work, not even knowing she's doing it. I don't
Yeah,
think, but
yeah.
like
If you're
she'll get
picking-
home and her fingers are just in ribbons.
And if you do it once, or if you get in the habit of it, even if you're trying to stop, because it's kind of picked away a little bit, it's there and it kind of starts rubbing off.
Yeah.
So even if you're trying to you end up trying to like tidy it up by like picking the loose bits, but that just makes it worse. It's like trying to even out your own haircut or something. You're like a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, and then you're like, oh, my fingers are bloody stumps.
Yeah.
No, I've given it up though. I ended up doing the other thing of like not biting my teeth, but I would used to put my nail on my tooth and like almost like pull it, if that makes sense. That sounds more extreme than it was. Do you ever do like a pen lid or something on your lip or your tooth or something like that, and you're kind of just prying it away?
Yeah.
You used to end up doing that. I don't know if that was a replacement behaviour, but I've stopped it all now.
Replacement behavior.
This is all the
Is
language
this
I've
the
learned.
psychiatrist?
Psychotherapy.
Psychiatrist.
The language is seeping into the world. We're all just anxious messes, obviously. We're
Yeah.
with anxiety. We need to get out and exercise. or
I'm
something.
alright, man. I'm alright.
You're
I don't
not.
be biting my nails.
What you do? You just stare at the
Nothing.
wall. You
Yeah.
just have something. You have something weird.
I'll probably eat.
Eat. You punch things. Punch the wall.
Or shout or I scream. Yeah, I'm a
You
screamer.
screamer.
Just
That's
like,
it.
"Ah, ah."
Just at any stage of the day.
You have to let out a good few screams.
Good primal scream. A
Yeah.
good fever rant.
Yeah.
Just when you're like something goes wrong,
but
or just
like-
on schedule.
But even the other day, I was delivering flowers the other day, and I was just like, okay. I jumped in the car, well, packed up the car or whatever, and then dropped off my first bunch of
Yeah.
flowers for the day.
First
And
load
you
of the
normally
day.
get about 12 loads or
Yeah.
whatever, you know. My first bunch of flowers for the day. I dropped them off, grand,
Oh, it
and
seems-
drove around, and within 2 seconds, there was a woman, right, It's a narrow enough street. And she was standing there with her car door wide open, right? Just standing there at her car door, talking to somebody at the door, and she could see me come up.
Well, that's the one.
And just like, just didn't.
Because you give them
even
a bit
think of closing her door. So I was there creeping past her, trying to get by, and I was like, you know, I walked by, I just drove past her, and then when I was gone, I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? When you close your fucking door, just close your door, you stupid or what?
What are you doing?
And then it just went, I laughed then after I did that, and I was just like, all right, Graeme, that's your first delivery of the
You've
day.
been on the road for 4 minutes.
You literally just started. Simmer down a bit, or this is going to be a long old day for you.
It does be.
But I just didn't understand. Just
fair
close
though.
the door.
Or at least
you stupid wagon.
Do the fake, like, pretend, like, a little bit and go, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, at least pretending.
Wasn't even trying. Didn't even try.
Because, when they see you coming, you think, okay, they're having a chat. I'll let them wrap this up and they'll see me and they'll go, I better go. I'll see you later. Or, like, I'll close the door and step in onto the path and talk to whoever you're talking. But no. Some obnoxious people out there, Graeme, we don't
But
care.
I really overly lost the plot. Like, I knew as soon as I did it, I was like, simmer down.
That's what they call it.
Simmer.
Your reaction wasn't appropriate for what had actually happened.
Oh, 100%.
It was a little bit more.
It's definitely inappropriate.
It was a little bit more escalated than.
Yes.
But it's annoying on the road. I think it's those ones. Maybe that's what it is. We all have the rage inside. But it's when you deal with someone who, like, looks at you and knows they're really, really inconveniencing you and just doesn't care. Whereas on the roads, we're all pretending to at least be like, it's like when someone doesn't give you a little wave when you let them out and stuff like that. It shouldn't matter.
Oh, that
But
drives you up the wall,
It drives
doesn't it?
you up the wall. It just is, and you just... Yeah, you actually get so, like... I don't know what's big.
Why didn't you wave to me? What is wrong with you?
You fucking prick. Or if they're driving by and you see they're not going to wave, you're looking at them going, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, you're welcome, you're fucking welcome. And it's just like...
Or when people don't let you through, like when there's no manners, like whether they wave or not, and you're like just trying to get by, and they're all driving around you. You're there halfway out on the road, and it's like,
please let me go.
Let me out.
Just someone let me go. Like, just ease off a second. But it's that pushy thing where it's like we're all part of a system in traffic, and like sometimes it's better for everybody if you just ease off for half a second and let me go. And there's a queue behind me, and everything's going on. They're like, no. Push
road
through to the
etiquette.
front. Just road manners. It's gone to the dogs.
Gone to the dogs, man.
There's too many cars out there. Everyone's in a rush. Everyone's late. Although the worst one I find, and it's not only women, but it tends to be a certain type in certain areas, in certain places, in certain streets, driving these like absolutely gigantic, these like new breed of SUVs. There seems to be like a Volkswagen one and what's the other one? A Volvo one. But they're like, they look like something out of that Simpsons episode with the big RVs. They're like about 10 feet high and about 20 feet wide.
Yeah.
And they're just always driving down these like narrow little south side streets with like parked cars all the way down both sides, and you're coming up towards each other and you have to just edge around, and they just kind of go at you and just go, good luck. And I think they're so obsessed with like not hitting the parked car, they're like 2 feet out because they don't know how big their car is.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what? They just hope you're going to just disappear. And they just keep going, and you're like,
Can't
move,
imagine.
move, what are you doing? Move over. And you're like, oh.
Gotta be with the days. Nissan Micras were
Nippies.
all the rage.
Yeah, little just have a little leaf or something now.
Yeah.
But those little ones, I've seen a few of those ones, and you go, yeah, they're too far the other way. Do you ever see someone on the motorway in one of those like tiny little cars that are like a bubble car or something, and you're like, good luck, buddy. Good luck. Literally like a little egg cup on wheels. It's just like, and they're always like cutting in front of articulated trucks and stuff, and going like, yeah. You're like, oh no. We're sitting in the middle lane doing like 50. You're like, oh, it's bad news. Bad news.
Bad news, Brown.
But Babysitter's Adventures, Graeme.
Yes, that's my idea, and that's
Aliens and sci-fi.
I'm sticking with it.
It's a good one. So we could have a horror babies. That's kind of been done, though, isn't it? Would the baby be horrible, or like a possessed baby?
No, but I'm saying like that's where your revenge ghost could be.
That's
in that one.
okay.
Do you know what I mean?
But it's not my revenge ghost. It was your revenge ghost last week.
It's a haunted house that they're
Haunted
babysitting
electric
in.
car. Oh, okay. So like they get the call,
So
they gotta go.
the baby's fine. It's just the house is haunted.
Does the baby live in the house?
Do you know what? The house is built on an old Indian burial ground. And it's
again.
yeah, disaster.
And they've only noticed now.
Yeah.
For some reason, the
No,
Indians are
it-
finally pissed off. They're like,
You see, it doesn't haunt the people who live in the house. It only haunts the people who come to visit.
so they like the people who live there.
Yeah.
Okay. And do
Because
they
they're
know?
relatives of the old Indians that are buried there.
Okay. So it's like it's been a family plot for
Yes.
a long time.
Years.
But
Generations.
anyone who comes in,
Yeah, people
not
come in, it's
welcome.
like, get out,
get out.
get out. That sort of way, you know.
Is that all they do?
Well, like, you know, the curtains will start flapping.
Flapping does it escalate?
And
do
it
the
gets
people
worse
who
and
live
worse.
there?
Knives start flying across
Okay,
the
well
room.
that's escalating. Do the people that live in the house know that it's haunted, or do they think everything's fine?
I think they think everything's fine. Yeah, they just.
It's not like a Casper the Friendly Ghost situation where they know there's ghosts, but
No.
they're good to them. They just think they live in a great house.
Yeah, they live in a house because the ghosts don't bother them
Okay.
because they're family.
So anyone who comes over, so if like a plumber comes in or something,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
oh yeah. The
Seriously?
toilet will
They
attack
don't,
them. Like
kind
get
of
sucked into the toilet.
and go die, or just be like
Well, nearly.
put out in the sewer,
Like half drowned, I'd say.
like what's that thing like Ghostbusters when the bathtub comes alive and it tries to eat the, remember that slime monster thing?
Oh yeah.
Reach for the baby. Oh, another baby. Yeah. This will work. We could do this.
It's gonna work, Joe.
It's going to work a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to pitch it to Netflix?
See, I was just thinking because I was babysitting my own kids the other day.
I don't think that's called babysitting.
Yeah,
That's just called parenting.
it's, you know, I don't get paid for it.
You don't.
I'm
of
a
course
free
not.
babysitter.
That's
basically
called being a father, I think.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. You're right in saying that. So I was being a dad the other day.
Yeah,
then.
adventures in dad sitting.
Yeah, dad sitting. And one of my kids fell into a pond when I was watching him.
Now, when you say when you were watching them,
Yeah, I was watching.
were
I
you
was
looking
there.
at it happen?
I was kind of right. The pond is in the front garden, and
Okay.
we were all outside just messing. And
Already, this is
there was a
raising lots
figure
red
figure of
flags.
eight pond.
Figure of eight pond.
Yeah, in their great granddads and great grandmas' garden.
So, like the pond makes
It's
it
like
eight,
two
or it's
circles.
two
Yeah. And we were outside, and I was fixing up. There's a bird feeder beside it.
Yeah.
and I was fixing that up because one of the things had fallen
So
down.
you
off
weren't
it.
paying attention.
And then I turned around and I saw my son was reaching into the pond to grab a plastic duck in it.
Okay.
And had his hand on a flower pot as he was
Okay.
stretching.
Already
But
a lot
obviously,
of warning
and just
bells.
as I was saying, I turned around and I was like, Tom, now be careful. As soon as I went to say that to him, flower pot went from under his left hand, splush head first into the
no.
pond, and I was like, "Oh, here!" So I ran over.
It was a deep pond.
Yeah, it's deep enough, man. Deep enough that you could, struggle. If you were a small child.
Yeah.
So I went over and I was
couldn't
reaching in
touch the
trying to
ground.
grab him.
He couldn't just
But he
stand up.
kept on getting further away from me, and I
He was
couldn't reach
floating
him.
away.
He was just like, because he was struggling, the poor little man.
He was inadvertently swimming
Yeah,
away. from
yeah,
you.
exactly. Just like
So
hands
he
and
couldn't-
legs going 90,
he
going.
couldn't touch the bottom. Oh, God.
He probably could, but he wasn't trying. He was just
Well,
lying
yeah.
that way, lying on his side, and it's like just put your feet down the ground.
only
But I was
small.
trying to grab his foot to pull him back in,
Yeah.
but he kept on getting further away from me, so I had to dive in after him.
Oh, no.
And
Did you have time to take shoes and socks off or anything like that?
No, jumped in,
No.
shoes, socks, phone, wallet,
Oh, no.
the whole kit and caboodle. And
Okay, phone broke.
and that's when I
Wallet.
came up with the idea for
This is-
babysitting adventures.
In that moment,
Yeah.
you were like,
Oh,
wait a
yeah,
minute, son.
this is a
I gotta
great-
give me a pen. Give me another 30 seconds there, son. I just gotta get this down.
Yeah. But we got him out, and he was
I hope
screaming.
so.
He was screaming the house down.
I'd say,
oh god,
fright of that though.
He was
That's
just
like,
yeah, but he's more worried about being wet than actually thinking that he nearly died.
died
You
than
know, that
drowning.
he could have drowned.
Yeah.
And
he just didn't like being icky. He was,
and then of
also-
course I was just like, my phone, my phone, somebody, get me a towel, please.
screaming at him.
And then putting the phone in a thing of rice and all that jazz.
Did it work? Is it alright?
Yeah, it's fine, man. It was
That's
working.
alright then.
In fact, it's working a bit better.
Is it
than it was
better?
before.
Maybe think we just needed a rinse off.
Just pond phone.
So
everybody
you weren't
survived.
paying attention. You were doing the birdhouse.
I was paying attention. I was looking at him.
You're looking at him too late. And you didn't. You said, "Tom, be careful." He didn't even get the words out. If you had got that out just before, he might have been like, "You're right. Actually, this is not careful, Dad."
Look, this is one of these life lessons for him.
Was it like it is? We're going head first in the water.
At least I was there. I was there in the vicinity.
At least I was there. The Grays Singleton slow. You get that in a T-shirt for your parenting. At least I was there. That's what you were saying.
I was there.
Yeah.
Nearly never won the race.
You say that now when they're like.
He lived to. He lived to live another day. What is it?
He lived to fight another day. He lived to live another day.
He lived to live another day. And then he died.
That's another T-shirt slogan for you there. We're going to get these down. At least I was there.
At least I was there. He lived to live another day. Yeah, we should actually. That's where we can make money.
That's serious.
Just by
money.
putting really funny slogans on T-shirts.
On T-shirts and cups, we get some mugs as well.
Oh yeah.
At least I was there.
Key rings.
Maybe those
hats, baseball caps.
Oh yeah, bring the trucker caps back. Live to live another day. And then what else could you do? Those little pen lights. Do you need to shine a little logo on the wall?
Oh yeah, they're
promotional.
Good.
Yeah, everyone loves them for like 5 minutes ago.
Those little things that you can clip onto your wrist.
Oh,
you know those little snappers.
Yeah,
we're laughing.
That's great. Let's get that. Let's get on to China. Get some stuff made.
Oh yeah,
design this.
Hello, China.
Hello, China. I need 50,000 key rings saying he lived to live another day. Send it to whatever. Bye. Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
How much would that be? That'll be 28 cents, please. Thank you. That's great value.
They're unbelievable value there. You get some serious stuff for nothing in China.
You do. They know how to do it. They know how to keep the cost low. How they do that, we won't ask. But they seem to be able to make things very cheaply.
Yeah.
We won't inquire too much about what goes on in the factory.
Better off.
Yeah. Everyone's happier. Well, I am. Yeah.
There's another saying. Not knowing is better than knowing.
Maybe this is you found your calling, Graeme.
Yeah.
Coming up with sort of semi-deep, semi-stupid kind of Zen koan, little mantras. Not knowing is better than knowing. That is very true, I find.
Sometimes.
That's very applicable. I don't know. I think it's arguably...
Most of the time?
Yeah. Because if you don't know if it's better or not.
Yeah.
So even if it turns out that you would have been better off known, you never know that. So you'll still feel okay about it.
Exactly. And you can just go about your day and not be worrying about knowing that.
Like if you had to win a lotto ticket and then it's in the bin and you didn't know what the numbers were. And then the numbers come up, you're just sitting there.
Another case of not knowing is better than knowing.
I'm struggling to think of a case when knowing is better. Well,
I'm finding it hard to even think of a time, Joe.
So you're suddenly drowned and you thought of...
But then because of his near-death experience and me being the hero that I am, jumping in without a care for my phone.
Fucking phone! Fuck's sake! Fucking son! Stupid dog!
It's only now that I've realised there is like death traps all over
everywhere,
the countryside.
And kids are silly. And they're going to just walk pretty much directly towards any of them they can find at all times.
Yeah, they don't look. They just don't look.
They don't look.
Like, you try drilling it. I feel like I've said it enough times that they should know by now.
I think you have to keep saying it.
Oh, and I will.
They're still very young though, so they will get it eventually. But yeah. Well, you think you just have to say it once that it's like your friend like...
No, once, man. I've said it about 500 times now, I imagine.
Don't look.
Yeah, but there's like barbed wire all over the place, man. There's a canal, there's a little stream, there's like... just roads with no pads. There's no lights. There's like fucking
roads where everyone drives like
ponds.
They're Colin
bloody
McRae
ponds.
kind of coming around the corner as well. Yeah,
people on scramblers. Yeah. Bloody fuck
quads.
Like, crazy for their bikes and their cars down there. They all have those cars down there that go.
That was when I lived in Wicklow. That was the thing as well. You'd hear all night. I think it's teenagers. There's nothing to do down there. Like if you're 16, 17, 18 and you can't just hang around down the like McDonald's throwing stones at people, whatever they do, and they're in Dublin. So they all just drive everywhere and just fly around
on mad stuff.
And like
all the quads, all the scramblers, all that stuff, man, all the noisy shit, like, you know,
very noisy,
and it's going very fast on them, Joe.
They do, and people are always getting clipped and dying and stuff. But you hear about everyone dying, I guess. So you don't hear about all the people who make it home safe.
Yeah.
But yeah,
They need more good stories like that in the news, don't you?
Yeah.
And Tom got home safe from school today.
They should have to do that to balance it out. So if they say, 3 people died in a car crash today and the truck smashed
over
in.
3 million kids arrived safe home from school that day too.
Oh, okay, so it's grand actually. Yeah, you should take it better.
I don't know. It's still not great though, is it?
Well, you still don't want to be that guy. It's good to know it, but yeah, it's good to have the weighted. Because the news is just that now. It is just all like if you look at the news, you think, I need to keep up with the news, and then it's always like 4 people stabbed in India, 9 people shot in America. It's you're like, I guess this is important, but is it really important to me, or is it just making me feel depressed and that the world is a terrible place and falling apart?
Maybe it's trying to get people to change
their ways.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to do any of that stuff anyway, so I don't need to know. Like, that's like you telling your kids,
don't you say that now, Joe.
Don't fall. Do you think they need to keep reminding me not to do a mass shooting?
Yes.
Or else one day I might be like, you know what? Maybe it's not so bad. Maybe I've had a bad day. Maybe I shouldn't have been laid off from this post office or whatever. They used to be what they used to do. Now it's just everyone. It's not just the postal workers. But so don't let your kids fall in ponds.
Yes.
I have visions of you doing that thing like Indiana Jones. What was the last one with Sean Connery? When I
really made a mess of the jump in as well.
Oh,
I was just like, because I was on my knees trying to grab his leg.
Yeah, did you not dive like Baywatch?
And then I just
sometimes I fear.
But you know, you're just weighing it all up in your head, and you're like, I have to get in here now.
Yeah.
And I just went, just flopped into the thing, and actually think I landed on top of Tom before I got him out of the water.
What are you doing? You didn't just let yourself in feet first?
No, because I was on my knees trying to grab him.
Yeah.
Like stretching out
so
over. So then I was just like, here, get in. And then...
That's... What?
I know, when I play it all back in my head, it was an awful mess. It was all like...
I know, you're probably scared now. You're going to pretend you're being cool, but you're panicking trying to grab him.
You were, of course.
Yeah. Especially trying to grab his leg and just trying him out. And he's floating along. At least he floats. You know, he floats.
Yeah, he's fully. I had one of those jackets on that just soaks up the water straight away. It's like,
downy kind of thing.
Yeah. You know those bubble jackets.
Yeah.
Like once he went in, it was just like whoof.
He was
just soaked up all the water.
Fisherman kind of thing. At least it didn't bring him down.
Listen, the main thing is nobody was hurt, and we've all learned a lesson. Especially him.
I can't believe you flopped on top
cut to Tom reaching for ducks again in the pond.
This time I can get it.
Oh.
Leave it, Indiana. That's the thing. You're like, I can get it. It's like holding his little hand with the glove. So I can't believe you flapped in on top of him.
Yeah.
So you just did like a seal line getting in the zoo. Just off the edge.
You don't have time to think, Joe. It's just, it all happens. I'm a hero. That's all I know.
Heroes don't think, they just act.
Yeah.
And you jumped on top of your drowning.
I think it was on May 7th. May 6th. Will forever be known as the day that I saved my son's life.
The Heroes Day.
Yeah.
Every year you're gonna mark it. You're gonna make him buy you a present.
No, every year I'm gonna throw him into the pond to remember the day where I saved.
Are you gonna get him every time, or he has to get out now?
Huh?
Are you gonna get him?
Well, I only just thinking I have to get that boy swimming lessons now.
Well,
so that's the thing that hit me straight away. I was like, that child cannot swim.
Well, he's only
and there's water everywhere here.
Yeah. I can't swim. Do you know that still? I was supposed to learn, but I had a similar thing. Not similar, but when I was tiny, they used to do swimming lessons up at the community centre there, the gym and leisure centre, to do with the primary school. So you just start doing them straight away. I don't know what happened. I think apparently one of my first ones I went up, it's been like first class or or senior infants even. And I don't know. No, I forgot the curtain.
You didn't close the cat. What do you call it?
Cat. Anti-cat device.
Anti-cat device.
You're gonna have to go around the other side. Yeah.
What were you saying?
My big story. And then I went. Apparently, my eldest sister was still there. She was in 6th class, and she said, "Oh, jump in." I was going to run in, and I ran to jump, but at the edge of the pool, my foot slipped on a bit of water, so I went feet first and smashed my head off the edge of the pool going in. split the head open, pumping blood. Apparently the whole pool's full of blood. And I had to get everyone out. Ruined it. But then my mom she didn't like water and stuff, so she just didn't let me go back or something, which is a shame. And I don't blame her for that, but I do. But now I never learn how to swim.
Yeah. Still time, Joe.
I did. I went back to do adult lessons once, and I kind of got the hang of it. But then I was going on holidays in the middle of it, which kind of ruined it. So I didn't do the full cycle. Ironically, to go to South Africa, where I got in a cage with sharks in the water and stuff. I don't mind getting in the water. It's a stupid way, but I just don't know how to not drown. So I have a life jacket or something. I'm all right.
Yeah.
I'll be one of those kids just wears like a life jacket all the time. Anywhere near water.
Hey, that's
Although
cool.
I could have that, but I don't float as well. I couldn't get that knack. Do you know, apparently there's a thing called negative buoyancy where some people don't naturally. Do you know when most people naturally float?
Yeah.
Some people don't. You're like slightly heavier. Yeah, you kind of sink a bit. So
big boned or something.
I think so. Heavy feet or something. Brick feet, like ossified things, just slowly go down. So I'm going to claim that. But
that's alright, man. I love swimming. Swimming's great.
I always you didn't miss out.
When I was saying the story there to one of the cousins, and she was like, "Sure, when we were younger, we used to just get thrown into the canal, and it's just
you figure it out.
Yeah, you'll be all right. You're doing great." They just used to pick them up and throw them in.
You just sort of I think that's how you do it. Like that's how people learn. My dad used to talk about that swimming in the canal when they were younger and stuff. You just no one really teaches you, so. Probably is the best way, and I think when you're younger you have that like unself-conscious coordination. You just do stuff, you don't think about it. We're learning how to ride a bike and stuff like that. You just do it eventually. Yeah, you get the old stabilizers off and you're like sailing around. I think that took me a while as well. I had one stabilizer for years, and then I think you always assume you can't do it, and then for some reason I think we were bringing the bike somewhere, we were going to visit somebody, my dad had to take the stabilizer off to put it in the boot. And when he did, the bike was just lying against the wall, and I just kind of got on it and cycled off like Forrest Gump. I was just like going up the road, and he's like, "He can do it! He can do it!" I was like,
brilliant.
And I was only 14. It was great.
14?
No, I wasn't. I was a bit, I don't know, tiny. So don't throw your kids into ponds. Yeah. Get them swimming, yeah. It's only young though. Well, do they do it in school stuff?
They do. Well, they have lessons like we were saying to. They do private lessons where they can have a one-on-one thing, or you can put them into a group of people to have the lessons as well. Like, but we just need the swimming pools to open back open.
Oh, they're not even open.
All that sort of stuff. So once they open, I'll be putting them straight in, the both of them.
Just dunking them. Figure it out. Come on.
Because they love swimming pools. Like they've been in plenty of swimming pools. They just haven't learned the art of swimming yet.
The technique.
Yeah.
Sure, it's great crack.
Just to stay afloat, really. It's all just treading on water. That's what you need to learn.
Treading water.
Treading water, is that it?
Treading, is it?
Is it called treading?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did I say?
Is it threading, like threading a needle? You're like, just treading the water.
Treading the water.
Treading. Tread, like a tire tread.
I'm not sure what
is
it not the same word?
No, I think it is. I
same?
thought you were saying thread and tread.
Okay. So it is tread.
Yeah.
Tread.
Okay. I think so. Treading. So you're like,
treading, yeah.
Like you're treading on something. So your child's going to learn to swim to save him from you belly flopping on top of him. He's like, don't come in, please, Dad,
you're fine, you're fine.
You're going to get him some self-defense lessons as well. You might as well while you're at it.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can teach him that myself.
Get him some, yeah?
Yeah.
What, you got some moves?
Yeah.
Or like the tactics, the cover up.
Just go for the throat. Go for the throat.
Go just straight in.
Yeah, straight in.
Yeah, we all think we can do that. We've all seen it in films. We're like, I'll do that. And when the time comes, cut someone in the throat.
Yeah, no, they're a bit soft now. They need to man up a bit now. Like, they're only 6 or whatever and 4.
Well, you know what?
You know, you need to be able to defend yourself.
Back in our day, people were going
but
to
not
war
only
at
defend
6.
yourself, but like be a bit hardier when you're playing football, or you know, not
cry.
afraid to get stuck in, or you know, that kind of way.
Yeah, just like, oh no.
Yeah,
Don't
exactly.
worry.
Pulling in like I'd be, and if I was playing, like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Alright, but I'd like them to be a bit hardier when it comes to stuff like that.
It's hard to train. You can't really train it into kids, though. You feel bad to start bullying them. You're going to start doing little blood sport training, like getting them to.
Well, no, we're sending Lee to GA training now, so that'll toughen him up a bit now. That'll be a good sport now to get him.
Team sports. That's what it's all about. Apparently, yeah. He's just going to get thrown around.
Absolutely.
You
Get
enjoy
a
that?
ball to the face. Nothing to man you up more than a ball to the face.
Nothing sobering. You learn what you're made of, or I'm
Yeah.
gonna get a ball smashed in your
Elbow.
face. Elbow.
Elbow, shoulder, head.
Someone stamping on your toe.
Yeah.
Little studs
Exactly,
on the toe.
man. Oh, I can see the lads just being like Neymar or something as soon as they get out, just down. Nah, he's
Well,
still on my
hopefully they're
toe.
like Neymar. Make some money.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
The Neymar of Ga.
I mean, I'm not
How
going
would
to be
he
making the
make a
money.
bit?
I need my kids to make
This
the money
is the
now.
thing. You need to start Tiger Woods in them now.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Maybe Ga's not the right thing to go into.
No.
Is it?
They might get
Might get some
an Avonmore
sponsorship
milk deal
deals or something. Yeah.
They could get in Dublin. Maybe Dublin will be like Real Madrid by then in terms of Ga. They don't really know. They must make so. Yeah, they're all on like Avonmore milk and
Has to be
O'Neill
more money in it
Sports
now
and stuff.
after being on Sky Sports and stuff. Surely they need
There
to.
is, but not for the players.
Yeah, it's all to do with the.
Well, I don't know if they. I don't know. Everyone always gives out about it. I don't
Like
really
it
know how
doesn't
it all
it
works.
costs feckin' nothing, man, to put them in to a club.
No,
You
but
know,
that's
it's
where
like
it all
€5
goes to, I
for
think.
the year or something
Yeah.
crazy, like, you know.
I think all that's subsidised. I think that's where a lot of the money goes into like the community kind of grassroots stuff, which is very good.
Yeah.
But it's also they'll get them young kind of trick as well, get them into it and stuff. So have people giving up their lives to play inter-county championships.
Yeah.
It's the biggest deal around. We just don't think of it in Dublin because we're
A lot of people do
soft
think of it in
jackings.
Dublin, though, you
Well,
know.
I think about more now that they're winning. It used to be we're
It was all about Kerry, or they were the big ones.
Kerry were like the Brazil of Ga for
Yeah,
years,
yeah.
weren't they? And then or the All Blacks kind of thing.
But now it's not fair in that
Because
kind of Dublin
changed?
has all the money. Like,
Yeah.
we basically have all the best nutritionists, all the best training equipment, all that sort of stuff.
Well,
like,
you used to always think that when we were young, we were like, oh, how are we not the best if there's just a bigger population? And now it seems to be they finally figured that
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
They're
yeah.
like, get everyone into it, and it's sort of maybe that's what it is. They're all learning all that in sports nutrition and stuff. And but don't they all get the same money? Like, how do they even make their money? Or is it like gate receipts and stuff?
I have no
Who
idea.
knows? The mysterious funding of the GAA. We need to investigate.
Yes, it should
Finally,
be
expose.
It should definitely be spread out evenly across all counties. But
I think that's what it was. I think that's what they were giving out. Some of the counties they were saying that is what happens, but then Dublin is much bigger or something, so it gets maybe it's proportional per population. I don't know. Do you think it would be the same?
Yeah,
There was somebody who was saying that it's the same, and that's not fair because Dublin's much bigger, so them getting the same as everyone else is almost like a benefit. But we won't know. We'll have to expose that, Graeme. Hard-hitting investigation.
Oh, let me get on that, man.
Get
I
on
mean,
that.
one thing at a time here, Joe. I've just pitched the best show that ever
Best
lived.
movie show. Okay.
The babysitting adventures.
Babysitting
And now
Adventures.
you expect me to go and get a
Featuring-
hard-hitting documentary on
Yeah.
the dispersal of GAA funds
I need
across Ireland.
I need you going in with like undercover camera, one of those buttonhole things, being
don't
like,
know.
"Hello, I am here from Arabia, and I am looking to fund some GAA teams. What would that involve?" Or something. You're like, "Oh." It's
Okay.
like a fake chic kind of thing. Maybe used to do
I
all
can
that
get
stuff.
dressed up as a sheep.
You
Joy.
do. Now, don't get yourself on camera because that can cause some issues.
Yeah.
But you might need it to get in
Okay.
GAA headquarters. I don't know where headquarters are. In Croke Park? Is that where it is?
I'm just trying to get into my chic voice now.
Yeah. I'm so chic in my chic. Do
like to invest.
It's good, you're getting the character. You're fine.
GAA.
GAA. Like the horse racing, doing loads
How
of
do you
your
say
horses.
it, guy?
Yeah, I watched sport on Sky Sports. Very, very good. Fast. So exciting. Much better than English football, soccer. Apparently that was a thing, though. I
What
think
was it they
hurling-
say? They say about football is like football is a gentleman's game played by thugs.
Yeah,
Rugby is a thug's game played by gentlemen.
Yeah, apparently so. Although they're pretty
Although I
thuggish, the
saw,
rugby players.
I only saw somebody put it up the other day on one of the WhatsApp groups. Literally, some lad stamping on another lad's head in the rugby, like, you know.
During the game, but that's the thing. You're
Yeah.
like, oh, during the game, you can literally like
Do whatever you like.
just stand on their throat.
Well, no, he's been sent off and he's going to be banned for 6 months or something like that. Like, you know,
there's some bad ones, but he used to get away with absolute murder.
Oh, yeah.
all the
raking down the back of people and all that sort of
eye
stuff.
gouging and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that, like crazy, like twisting each other's nuts.
You
and
think
weird
of doing
stuff.
that
I
to
don't
somebody
know.
in the middle of a game, just like put your thumbs into
grab
somebody's
each other's
eyes.
nuts and like twist them and like stomp on each other.
No, rugby wasn't for me.
Rugby's a little. It's weird. It's like violent gay rape or something. It's like crazy. But it is.
Jesus.
But they're all like so aggressive, as you say. I don't know how you get that attitude in to just be like, I don't know this guy, but I'm gonna.
I enjoy watching it. I have to say.
You do. Well,
But,
says no more about that.
Playing it just no.
They've gotten more aggressive with the football.
They've just gotten harder though, like as well.
Also
You know,
big.
they're massive and they're all creatine monsters.
Just absolute, donkeys, just concussing each other over and over again. Yeah, if you watch even rugby from like the 90s now, it's funny. They all look like they're about 16, like skinny 16-year-olds, and they're just like falling over in the mud. There's not really much in the way of NFL style, like hard hitting tackles going in.
But that's all it is now, without the padding.
Yeah, but the padding or the helmets or like the break every few minutes. It's just like smash, 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 smash. And old Sexton didn't make the thing. I'm surprised they were thinking he would. He's like 35 or something, isn't he?
Yeah, he didn't play all the games either. Like, you know,
he needs to give his brain a rest.
Yeah, too many HIAs, as they say, head injury assessments. So
I think,
you just, if you bring him, he might get injured. Like, he knows he's very injury prone. Although he's still probably the best number 10 out there. Like,
no doubt. But just but he's always been a target line in terms of opposition. Just hammer him, especially when you know someone's going to get injured. You're like, we're just going to double team him and just smash him off the ball as soon as we can.
He's always never been afraid to get in for the tackles.
Or like
puts
hold
his body
the ball
on the line, like, you know, like that. That's what happens.
Yeah, God be the days of O'Gara just going, someone else can do that.
Yeah, I'm not getting in there.
I'm not
getting
involved. Well, Sexton used to do that thing as well of like they always hit him so late, he'd always like delay the pass and then like pop it out and just take whatever the hit was off the ball. You'd always see the ball go and the camera would move just as he was getting completely demolished off the ball. You're like, there's only so many of those you can do in your life, I think.
Yeah.
Before, apparently, your brain is obviously like a bit of jelly and your skull is so hard. So that's the thing. It's not even that it's a head injury, but if you just like rattle your head like that side to side, your little jelly brain is just bouncing around inside your skull, just
your jelly brain
getting a little scrambled eggs. That's how they do it. But so Ghost, I think Revenge Ghost also though has some potential.
Well, I won't like that. We'll just park that one because I think the Babysitting Adventures,
that's the one going to take off. You think that's hot right now? That's the trends. Streaming service, you reckon what? You're going to get 11 seasons out of this? 12?
Oh god.
How many episodes a season?
No, I just want one season, Joe.
One season.
Graeme,
that's not the attitude they want to see at Netflix. They want to see something that's going to run. See legs. You don't go in saying, no, let's just do one of these.
Let's just make the pilot and see where we go.
Okay. What one's the pilot going to be though? How do you set it up? Will you come on and go,
that's going to be the best one.
To Adventures in Babysitting, or Babysitting Adventures. Damn it! That's good. Babysitting Adventures.
Yeah.
Everyone knows babysitting, one of the most ancient arts in the world.
Yeah.
But did you know not all babysitting is without incident? Sometimes there could be a ghost, maybe an alien.
Kids can fall in ponds. Yeah, sometimes aliens can abduct you.
Yeah, and probe your butt.
Yeah.
Sometimes the house can be haunted, but only for people visiting.
Yes.
Sometimes there can be a mystery involving...
Sometimes murder.
Murder, most foul.
Yeah.
Who's getting murdered? Are they solving a murder? Or is the babysitting getting murdered? And
they arrive to do the babysitting and the parents are dead. They've been killed.
And how many kids are here?
And the son is standing there with a knife in his hand going, "You're going to babysit me?" But
he didn't do it. You have to like prove he didn't do it.
Yeah.
Or like just, a courtroom
I was
drama.
framed.
Yeah. And you have to be his defense attorney. And you're like, Your Honour, we found your client standing above the bodies.
A student lawyer, student solicitor, who's made us do babysitting on the side to pay off all his student loans.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. Yeah. An idealistic young public defender.
And just happens to come across this
seemingly open and shut
scenario.
Seemingly open and shut.
Yeah.
No one's interested in investigating it anymore. But only you believe, like Dead Man Walking kind of thing. You're like, on death row. His little baby's on death row, and you're like, I'm going to get you out of here. I believe you. It wasn't me. I was framed. There was a one-armed man.
Yeah. And then he has a split personality.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, you could do that with like muddy footprints at the window or something. Like, oh, the window was locked. How was it only opened? Well, one of those things with the like, you can only open it from the inside.
Oh, yeah.
Well, how was it opened? I've seen some paint chips or something. We'll figure out the details.
Yeah. But, like I said,
it has a split personality. Now we're getting somewhere. Split personality, baby. Yeah. Framed for, but then he still didn't do it.
Yes, it was the other.
It was the other personality. Okay, is the other personality like an old man?
So he gets away with it on a technicality.
Oh, insanity defense. Does he go to like an asylum?
This is basically the movie that Edward Norton's in, or is it Primal Fear? Was it?
They say that. What was it? Can't remember the saying. It's lost its impact.
If you need a saying, Joe, look no further.
There's something like bad artists copy, great artists steal, Graeme. So like you take your influences and you basically, this one word will get you out of anything. You say homage. It's an homage to so which basically means.
But that's actually spelled homage.
It is. We're doing an homage. It's like cabbage, but homage. Yeah, so you're doing an homage to Primal Fear, I believe that movie's called.
Yes.
With cool Richard Gere. And that was a great one, though.
That was a great film.
End, Edward Norton at the end.
Amazing.
The courtroom dramas. You missed them now. So, baby courtroom drama, split personality. He didn't do it. Other personality did. Does he still go down? He goes down to... Does he get put in a home, asylum or something?
I don't want to give everything away at the end
we're
of the
trying
day,
to work it through. We're not doing a promo. We're trying to figure out the beats. Trying to break the...
So the child goes into psychiatric hospital.
Like a kind of... But does he become like a super villain? Like kind of the Joker or something?
Like kind of unbreakable... Like,
the door closes and he's like...
Yeah. And he actually... You could find out he has a team that he's had a whole team of murderers. Basically crazy...
other crazy babies.
Crazy babies.
Look, this.
Oh man!
Right,
now we're talking.
Now we're cooking. This is where you have to go deep. Goddamn crazy babies! And then some detective would be like coming into a crime scene, all the people murdered. Like, Chief, we got 10 dead with the crazy babies. And the detective's like, goddamn crazy babies, they're ruining the city.
Somebody got to stop.
Somebody's got to stop them. Who can stop the crazy babies? So yeah, he's the asylum. So yeah, you can have him as like the baddie going through all the other. Because even though it's different stories every week, you can have a little common thread. It's going to link them. So this guy, the crazy baby. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out. Crazy babies.
Yeah.
That could be the sequel to Babysitting Adventures.
And Revenge Ghost.
Look, we're building quite the portfolio here.
We are.
Quite a stable of shows.
Yes.
We need to be like those guys who have like a lot of irons in the fire.
This is a lot of work, Joe. This is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot to take on, but I think if anybody can do it, somebody else can.
And this is why you've gone so far.
Yes.
In the biz. So... You couldn't even stop your child from falling in a pond, and now you want to opt out instantly from your own idea.
I just need to take a step back. I'm actually really tired even thinking about it.
Creative differences. You want to...
Yeah. I've been watching... I watched a few movies this week.
Oh, yeah?
And I was just like, yeah. Like, they were all right. Like... But I actually came by I watched your News of the World, which was very good.
It's good. It's just a solid movie. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those ones you're like, can't.
And then watched the one with Michael B. Jordan in it.
Oh yeah, I watched that as well.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What's it called again? Without Remorse. Yeah. And I thought that was action wise, you can't fault it.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah.
Story wise, a little bit lacking.
That's what I think I'd heard, and I watched as well, and I did enjoy it. It was a good streaming movie in that sense. But
he's good action wise.
Like, he's definitely got the chops. He's
what a body,
charismatic.
What a body, man.
I was like, at some stage, I was like, he's gonna fall over. He's so top heavy.
Yeah,
he's a little skinny waist and the thing, but
unreal.
But they're all
badass Navy SEALs.
They're all dope, and I'd say.
Oh yeah. And then I watched the movie. Actually, it was really like special effects wise and stuff like that. Really good.
Yeah.
It was like in space called Stowaway.
Oh, I saw that on Netflix.
Tony Collette and
Anna Kendrick.
Anna
is that
Kendrick,
one?
and but like.
Silly
I
again.
thought the whole you really got the space feel out of it, like you
Yeah.
know, it was really well made, but oh god, just the end of it was just like, oh man,
It's just
this
silly,
is
just
like,
stupid.
what the hell.
So many of them are like that now, especially those kind of Netflixy ones. They're big famous actors and all the big budgets, and they just haven't
Like,
quite done the work.
They were
on
supposed
the
to be
story,
going
like-
on a 2-year mission to space,
Yeah.
and they literally got to the first docking on a space station, and everything went
Everything went
asunder.
wrong.
You know,
So it was a terribly planned mission
Yeah.
to space.
woefully.
I was looking at that because they were famous actors. Because Toni Collette, what she must never be home. She's in every second thing going. Like
she's good.
she is very good. She's been good
I mean,
for a long
I couldn't
time.
fault the acting or anything like that in it either. Like,
Yeah,
and
just
the-
the plotting was.
And it was
stupid.
like that movie, you know, that movie with Sandra Bullock and
Gravity,
George
yeah,
Clooney.
there's
Like,
loads of them.
you got that real, like, it's proper space. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
really
it's-
cool atmosphere.
Yeah.
And then you get the feeling as well, you're like, why would anyone want to go to space? It just looks terrible. You're just going to die instantly the
Yeah.
second anything goes wrong.
Not even any aliens. And
No, you don't need aliens.
literally
to die.
just
an absence of
something-
air,
a
I
fire
believe, is the problem.
Yeah, exactly. We're just, it's always the problem.
An entire
We've only
vacuum.
got enough air for
Yeah.
2 people.
That's
now we
all-
have enough air for 3 people until you lose the
Oh,
canister
no.
and then you. Yeah.
There's a little
Another leak.
We can't patch
something
it.
else.
It's the flimbo flambo is broken off. Oh no, asteroid shower. Bling, 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 bling.
Yeah.
Oh no, another leak.
We're all gonna
That's
die.
all they can do. That's why space they get a little samey those movies because it is just we're running out of air. Because the second you go outside, you're dead like instantly. So it's kind of hard to. You don't have that many stakes.
I rewatched Armageddon as well.
Oh yeah.
Ah, great flick.
Don't wanna
Close my eyes.
I
Don't wanna fall asleep 'cause I miss you, baby. And I don't wanna miss a thing.
It's a class. Does it hold up?
Oh,
Some
yeah.
cast in that, man. Is like
Yeah.
Owen Wilson and Steve
Steve
Buscemi and
Buscemi.
like Ving Rhames, or not Ving
Ben
Rhames, Michael
Affleck.
Clark Duncan. Ben Affleck back when he was young.
Bruce Willis.
The
Hello.
Willis still when he cared.
Liv
Before he
Tyler.
just started showing Liv Tyler looking good.
Some
Animal Crackers. I remember
serious
that.
actors.
Those were the days.
But
we got to
unbelievable.
train these astronauts.
That was Michael Bay at his best.
It was
like just
peak.
there going, just constantly cameras moving.
Yes,
Like it never
swirling
sits
around.
still.
Everyone looking up as well. Or
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
looking up at people, big flags behind them. Everything's at that like golden hour of light as well.
That was literally
It's beautiful.
every single time they were trying to do anything, something crazy happened.
Dun, dun, dun,
like
dun,
just like
But that was the joke in that film. I think even was it Ben Affleck said he got in trouble for he's on the DVD commentary like years ago because but I think he was making the film or something like that. He's like, why would you train drillers to go to space? Why wouldn't you just train astronauts how to drill? Wouldn't that be easier? And they're all like, no, we didn't think of that. Yeah, shut up. It's for the movie. Yeah, and he was like, okay,
no, you couldn't do that.
you wouldn't do that.
No, you
You're
needed
bored.
the top drillers. It takes longer to learn how to be a driller than it does to be an astronaut.
It probably does. This is
That's-
the great astronaut lie. I remember
Like
some guys saying
astronauts,
that.
you just strap them in.
Yeah, yeah.
Strap them into a rocket and away they go.
Well, that was the thing. I remember reading the book. There's a thing called The Right Stuff. I think they made a film of it as well. It was about when they were first doing all the space program. And before that, they were doing all the test flights. The guys doing like jet engines and stuff like that. So all those like test aircraft where they're trying to break the sound barrier. Like these rockets basically with wings on them. And there's a guy called Chuck Yeager who was the most famous. He only died recently, test pilot of all time. And apparently he's the guy... His own natural voice was what all the like airline pilots copied. He's the guy who was like, we're cruising at about 10,000 feet.
Okay.
But no matter what was going on, he'd be like, yeah, the wings have just fallen off. I'm going to try and land this thing at 4,000 miles an hour. Like, he's just that
Yeah,
real
yeah.
unflappable cowboy kind of guy. But that was the joke when they start bringing in space rather than those kind of planes. That like when they first were sending monkeys and stuff up, obviously, they were like, a monkey's taking the first flight. That tells you all you need to know about how
Yeah,
skilled
yeah.
you need to be. So you're right. Astronauts just sit there and they don't even push buttons. They just get sent up and like
Yeah.
hang around. So
I was only thinking, how long does it take a rocket to get from Earth into space?
into space.
Yeah.
Not that long at all.
It must be only like a minute, is it?
Something like that. It's probably a couple of minutes maybe, but yeah, it's very because it just goes up and up and up
Straight
and up.
up.
Yeah, and then it's like it's what they call escape velocity. It's about trying to get away from the gravity. You have
Yeah,
to like
yeah.
push it hard enough. So once you do that, you're kind of gone and it just floats away. But yeah, well, that's what they're doing with that, like space tourism and stuff. It's just the atmosphere kind of just gets thinner and thinner and thinner. There was some of those crazy fighter plane stuff. They go up so enough that they're actually at the curve and they can see space above them. So yeah, not long at all. So there you go. Why? You think about going?
Yeah, no, I just thought, I think it was Grace asked me how long does it take, but I always like just making up stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Like, she's like, how long would it take? I think it's about, a minute.
I do the same thing. I'll never just admit I have no idea. You just go, I'd say about 4 hours.
56 seconds, I think, was the quickest it was done.
Oh, yeah, as if you actually know.
Yeah, exactly.
There was one guy now who did it in 30, but that was
crazy.
It was crazy. The thing was falling apart by the time he got there. Sure, he had to come back straight away.
Yeah. That's it.
That's the one. No, so I won't watch Stowaway then. I was looking at that. The Without Remorse one, I did the same. It was really cool looking and there's some cool action bits. Nicely filmed and stuff, but yeah, just a bit. It was almost like the story was just like something I do, where they're just like every time like
him all along.
It was a twist, yeah. And we did it because we want to start a war or something.
Yeah.
And lots of big actors again, but yeah, you look the business. Hopefully there'll be more. No, I don't think
there will. There will.
I was watching a thing. Other Netflix thing as well called Jupiter's Legacy. It was like some superhero show. They're all being superhero shows now.
Yeah.
It was all right. I'm still in the middle of it. It's okay. It's weird. It's kind of a bit cheesy on purpose, but it might be off-putting to some people. It's like, again, it seems to be the new thing with superheroes where they're like, what if superheroes were real? And how hard would that be? So it's like like in the modern day, it's all these old superheroes, this group that they all seem to have gotten their powers in like the 1920s or 30s, and it keeps flashing back, so it's like two stories happening at the same time. It goes back to them doing it as young people, then as them as old people being superheroes, but then they have kids as well in the modern era. But the kids are like have superheroes as well, but it's more like a family drama that it's like the kids are almost like the kids of famous people. Remember we were talking about, so they're all like trying to live up to their thing, or they're going, one of the kids is like doesn't want to be a superhero and she's like a pop star or something. She's like doing loads of drugs and just partying all the time and stuff like that. So they're like handling the pressures of fame and stuff. So it's alright, it's enjoyable. It's got some funny wigs and stuff, because they have like, what's your man Josh Duhamel? He was a guy who's in like loads of Transformers and stuff. He's alright. He's very good in this actually, but he's like a big kind of hunky guy, but you have him playing the old guy and he has like a grey wig on, so it looks pretty hilarious. I'll finish it and see if it's worth recommending though. That's all I've been watching now.
I'm going on back onto the movies again, so
it's better. Well, then you're watching 11 hours of Walking Dead or whatever it was, 11 seasons.
I needed a break from series, so just started watching movies again.
We'll get the movies. We need to stay on the moves. There's few I told you about. They're still good. We'll figure out. But report back next week.
I'll have more stuff watched by then.
Me too. Inevitably so. So we have Crazy Babies, Revenge Ghost, Babysitting Adventures.
Yes.
This is what we need. We need to come in, get a big meeting with Netflix, so that when you're in the room, you're just like, how about Crazy Babies? No. How about Babysitting Adventures? We already have a show like that. How about Revenge Ghost? And I go, tell me more.
So you think Revenge Ghost is the one that you go with?
No, that'll be the examples. One. No, I think any of them could catch. We'll do a bit of role play. Maybe next week we'll have a thing. Did you watch SNL? Did you watch Elon Musk?
I did. I just watched his opening monologue, which I thought was alright.
It's all right. It's just funny. I think the show is falling apart.
I didn't know he had Asperger's.
I'm sure maybe he does. Sure, everyone has something nowadays. Everyone's just pulling something out of their hole to clear.
But you're like,
he's definitely an oddball.
He is a bit. But
I thought it was he's saying he was as good as anyone else. Like.
He was funny enough, man. It's just weird to get his mom in. Like I thought that was a bit weird. But
I think it was Mother's Day in America, so they're all doing it. Yes. But it is also weird to do that. But because apparently they all had their moms in for some reason. But he had the funny little movements.
There was enough laughs anyway when I was watching it. From the audience. So I didn't see any of the sketches or anything like that during the show, but
I watched a couple, but they're pretty pants. But they're always kind of now. Do you know what I mean? Not in a bad way. It's kind of hard to write live sketch comedy. Do you know what I mean? That's like
week in, week out.
That's kind of silly, or like
there's more misses than there are hits.
Or they come up with a premise and it kind of is a funny idea, but then as it goes along. Those kind of one joke things. There was
Yeah.
one like where he was Wario or something and other things, and then to get like 3 minutes out of it's a long time to be like getting gags and then to have a big punchy ending. But
The stuff like the news stories and stuff like that normally work quite well.
they're
and
really
stuff like that.
that's
But,
the kind of more.
You just
stuff
won't
that
get.
happens.
You need Will Ferrell in there just doing mad shit. you
Yeah,
know?
the
I
kind
love
of silly
going
stuff,
back and watching his
the
sketches.
Owens, the golden era.
Oh,
kind of,
yeah.
yeah. He's just a funny person. He's just one of those people that you're just gonna laugh at. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
whatever he's doing, it's gonna be funny because he's just such. He's a good guy.
He is.
What he's up to?
Well,
Yeah.
probably making another movie
Give
with
it-
Mark
yeah.
Wahlberg somewhere.
Exactly. Marky Mark. Yo, Ferrell, we're making another movie. I could be there at 4 a.m. Did you see he had a show out on
I saw him, man,
documentary.
getting up at 4 a.m. to start his
It's
bloody
called
daily.
Wall Street. Did you see he had a documentary about his own life?
Oh, man.
That was the pun, Wall Street, because he's loads of businesses. Because he was such a little jerk when he was younger. Yeah, 4 a.m. to work out.
Ugh.
Who needs it? And then goes to bed at like 7 or something. How
Ugh.
did you get in your snooze in? But how do you? I suppose if you're rich, you can arrange your life like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's funny.
When you're rich, you can do it. We keep coming back to this, Joe.
You gotta get rich, but
You
we're not
gotta-
going to get
you
rich, Graeme, if you keep taking time off just to say you don't want to pitch the shows. You know why Mark Wahlberg's rich? Because he's an asshole and he doesn't stop working.
Never
So-
stops. Workaholic.
Well, money never sleeps, as they say.
Hmm.
So we gotta stop sleeping and we gotta stop being such a couple of nice guys.
Yeah.
Such a couple of suckers. Stop screaming at women in traffic and just start running them over.
No, you don't scream at them. I scream about them when,
But
I've gone
maybe we need
past,
to
so they
scream
can't
at them.
hear me
Yeah, I do
anymore.
the same thing. Yeah. Ah, just let it out. Okay.
Yeah.
That's it for next week. That's it'll be like Fight Club. Your homework assignment is
Yeah.
go and scream at someone in traffic
Okay.
directly.
His name is Robert.
His
Bolton.
name is Robert Paulson.
Mm-hmm.
His name is Graeme Singleton.
Yeah.
All right. Episode 9 next week coming at you.
Like Cleopatra.
Cleopatra. Did I stop this? Oh no, it's
Graeme Joe Show. The Graeme Joe Show. The Graeme Joe Show. The Graeme Joe Show. The Graeme Joe Show.
See you later, guys. Tune in next week. It's been great. It's been beautiful.
Every man for himself.
Every man for himself. Adieu.
Bye bye. The Graeme and Joe Show.
That's good. That's probably a good